What is popping, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today we're talking about dynasty quarterbacks that are undervalued. Without further ado, hit that like, hit that sub button if you continue to like dynasty content. We put out some videos the past few days. We're doing live dynasty startups and dynasty rookie drafts almost every night. So feel free to jump into the community. We enjoy having you. We're trying to currently get to 175 subs. So make sure you hit that sub button and stay in for some more content. My number one quarterback buy right now, it's going to be pretty simple. It is going to be Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, Caleb. Why is he a buy? Right now, his situation is just straight up in flux. Right now, he hasn't signed currently to a team as we speak. There's a lot of rumors about agents that aren't actually agents getting involved, trying to push to promote teams to trade 2 firsts and give him a fully guaranteed deal. Lamar Jackson is worth all of that. We need to take a step back, and you might say, Caleb, you're living in 2019 fake reality, because back in 2019, fantasy points per game, QB1 with 28.2, according to Player Profiler. But what has happened the last few seasons? 2020, 22.8 fantasy points per game, 21.1 in 2021, and then 20.3 fantasy points per game. So, Caleb, he's not the MVP type quarterback that he's been. Okay, that's fair. That is a fair thing to say. I would agree with that. But let's not say that he has fallen outside of the top 8 quarterbacks on a points per game basis over the last 4 seasons. That's incredible. And you can get him right now as what? On Keep Trade Cut, when we're looking here? Right here. He is currently going as a QB8. So you're telling me that he's literally priced at his floor as the QB8 in Dynasty. What does that mean to all of us here participating, listening, thinking to ourselves about Lamar Jackson? He is a massive buy. Now, I did go buy him in one of my leagues. I traded the 105, the 109, and the 111 for Lamar Jackson. And you might say to me, Caleb, that sounds like an overpay, 3 firsts. Well, when you do the tiers and you realize who you're actually talking about, you're really talking about, okay, let's say it's a quarterback, falls to 105. You're talking Will Levis, 108, Quentin Johnston, and 111, Zay Flowers. You're telling me you want all 3 of those guys over Lamar Jackson, who's a proven MVP type candidate, no matter where he is, and there's a chance that he gets out of Baltimore and has an even better supporting cast than what he's had when he's putting up these crazy numbers? Come on, please. Go buy Lamar Jackson. That's what I'm saying. And even if you're in one quarterback leagues, you need an elite level quarterback, and you can probably go buy Lamar Jackson on the super cheap in a 1 quarterback league. But we do play mostly in super flex leagues. So like I said, 2 firsts is probably what I'd be looking, plus a second rounder. But if you do have to bump in a late first, I would not be concerned at all to pay 3 firsts for Lamar Jackson. My second quarterback buy is going to be the massage therapist himself, Deshaun Watson. Now, I understand what happened to Deshaun Watson. I do. He's a bad man. And some of you out there that play Dynasty have standards and ethics. I understand that. I'm not a Cleveland Brown fan, but I play Dynasty Fantasy Football, and you know what wins me championships? Fantasy points. So I don't care about ethics here. We're talking straight about fantasy football. 15.1 fantasy points per game over the last 6 games that he played this year for the Cleveland Browns. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But what happened? 2020, the last time he played a full season. 23.5 fantasy points per game as the quarterback 5 in fantasy on a points per game basis. The year before that, 22 fantasy points per game. Put him as the QB2. 21 the year before that. Put him as the QB5. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And if we go to Keep Trade Cut, so we had, like we said, we had Lamar Jackson at the QB8. We have to scroll all the way down. Literally, we have Kyler Murray and Bryce Young going over Deshaun Watson, who the last time we saw him play a full season was QB5. What are we doing as a community? Still 27 years old on a fully guaranteed deal with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, look at this. Okay, let's go over the last year. His value has absolutely plummeted. Just straight plummeted from even when he wasn't playing. He was valued more when he wasn't playing than what he's valued now. Go trade for the man. If you're rebuilding, go trade for Deshaun Watson. If you're competing, go trade for Deshaun Watson. I think that's the crazy thing about Deshaun Watson compared to Lamar Jackson is Deshaun Watson wins not because he's running on the ground. Yes, he's athletic enough to be able to run and scramble and get you a few rushing points, but he he's looking like he's going to age kind of like Russell Wilson has. And that's super exciting as you're getting 27 in the prime of his career. Now, granted, the last year didn't look like prime Deshaun Watson, but I would argue it's close. But like I said, those are two major quarterback buys. I'll give you another one. Of course, I love me some Jordan Love. If you didn't watch the video from a few days ago, I think Jordan Love is super underrated. But who else are you trying to trade for? I mean, you could honestly trade Trey Lance and like a second-round pick for Deshaun Watson. That'd be a deal I'm trying to do right now, especially with all the Trey Lance uncertainty. Of course, Trey Lance has all the upside, but I would actually argue that Deshaun Watson has more. So those are two guys I'm trying to buy right now in Dynasty Leagues that are going to be a little bit more expensive, and they are startup quality players. But you know what wins championships? Good players and fantasy football points. So appreciate everyone for tuning in here today. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be putting out a lot more content day after day, week after week, doing lives, doing more startup drafts, doing more rookie mocks as we approach that season. Appreciate everyone for tuning in.